Hi, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to Friday Focus Facebook. I am kind of jumping on spontaneously today because we had someone from our community submit a question the other day about visual journaling and different art mediums and what they can help you do. And I'm so excited because they submitted this through our talking points form that we've posted about in the past. So I wanted to take a little time before the week ends to share my thoughts about visual journaling and the mediums, and provide a place for you to offer any of your feedback or ideas or thoughts about this as well. I wanted to start that discussion today. So just a little bit about the question. Our community member was saying that after some medical issues that they had gone through, that they came across visual journaling as a practice that helped them continue to grieve and move through the feelings that were going on, et cetera, as they were returning to work and getting back into the world. And the question was basically, what medium helps you go the deepest when it comes to visual journaling? And it's a wonderful question because, I think in the world that we live in, it's quite easy to think of things in terms of good, better, and best. And it's not actually the way that this stuff works when it comes to visual journaling. The power of visual journaling is that it has the ability to transcend our left logical brain, the cognition, the thoughts, all that cerebral activity, and take us straight down into the heart of the matter, straight down into the feelings or the pain, etc. It's a direct pipeline to our unconscious. So when it comes to visual journaling, it's not so much what medium is going to take you deep as much as beginning to visually journal. What I would say about the different mediums is that it's really important, especially if you're a beginner, it's really important to connect with a medium that you feel comfortable working with and using. So much about visual journaling is not about the end product. It's not about making art. It is about connecting back to these deeper experiences that are happening in a place beyond words. So the practice of visual journaling is more important than what medium you use, how much you do it, and those sorts of other criteria that we often measure ourselves against. So if there's a particular medium that works for you, I would encourage you to go ahead and jump in and start it. For some people, when they think about journaling, the written word is just fine for them. They get a lot of value out of journaling in that way, and they're able to process a lot of feelings and emotions and experiences in that sort of linguistical kind of way. But for many folks, myself included, there's something about considering sitting down and journaling and having to write pages and pages of dialogue that just doesn't feel appealing. It feels a little overwhelming and frankly a little bit boring for me. So what I always try to think about when I'm getting ready to do some visual journaling or kind of tap into this deeper place inside is, what do I feel like most using that day? Some basic principles do apply here, meaning the more rudimentary the materials, the supplies, the images, it's more likely then that the messages that you get, the experiences that you have are going to be more pure. Sometimes those folks who consider themselves artists or artistic, highly artistic, they actually struggle with things like visual journaling because they can get very caught up into the self-talk and dialogue and pressure that happens inside around trying to create something very artistic. But again, remember, visual journaling is not about making art. It is about connecting back to a deeper place inside. So if crayons work for you, use crayons. Colored pencils, regular pen and pencil, paint, watercolors. Sometimes people like to use materials they find out in nature. There's really no right or wrong way to do it. For some of you, it may feel less intimidating to do bigger pieces, whether it's working with big pieces of plywood or bed sheets, old bed sheets. And for others, they may like the smaller, condensed kinds of activities. Again, it doesn't matter so much the style or materials that you use as much as the practice of beginning to just get involved with visual journaling. So to the member that asked the question, I hope this helps. I hope this gives you a little more food for thought. If you need any more information about it, please don't hesitate to reach out. Send me an email, message me through the group and tag me, and I'll be happy to share more with you about whatever other specific questions that you might have. And for those of you who are interested, I do have an online visual journaling course. It's self-paced. You probably know this by now because there's been multiple posts. But if you're curious about visual journaling and or would love to learn how to begin, this is a wonderful introductory course that includes some online coaching calls, group coaching calls as well for support, so that you can go ahead and dive in, get your feet wet, and begin to explore what's happening for you in a deeper place inside. So that's all I have for today. If you have any questions or topics or things you'd like to hear more about, please don't hesitate, again, as always, to reach out to me. I've also included a link to our talking points form, which will just automatically come to me and is an anonymous way, kind of like the old Dear Abby columns. It's an anonymous way for you to submit questions, maybe topics that might be a little sensitive in a very anonymous kind of way, so that you can get a little more information and support around them. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I hope you've learned a little something, and I hope you have a really great weekend. Take care.